Hello, lovely people, and welcome back to another one of my reaction videos. We are gonna react to Epic the Musical again, this time the Cyclops Saga. So, I am very excited about this one. Also, I already know I'm gonna be sad again, because that's all I am with this musical. I don't know why, but I am very excited about this one because I adore the songs. Politis is gonna have his own song, everything. Well, no, Politis is gonna have his own song. Politis is gonna. But, we'll get to see more of Politis. I guess I am mistaking the first saga for the second one. I'm sorry. Anyways, I'm just very excited because I love the Cyclops. I love that story. We'll get into it. But before we get started, right now I do not have anything to drink. Usually I have a drink at the beginning of each one of my videos to promote hydration. I still want to encourage you to drink though. So please go grab yourself some water or a different type of drink, whatever you feel like. Get comfortable so we can get through this together. Also, grab something nice for yourself, maybe a little snack. Like, you deserve it. Love ya. Anyways, I have listened to this saga like a whole lot. I have not really seen any of the animations yet. I have clicked on a couple that I thought would be interesting, and I am excited to just, get into this with y'all. So without further ado, I'm saying let's just go ahead and watch, and I'll give you my reactions. If you want to actually watch the full thing, please click the links in the description, go to the actual artist and give them your support. I'm gonna be pausing it throughout. I am gonna be giving my opinions and everything, so if you would prefer to just watch it straight, please go over there. Feel free to do that. In the meantime, I'm gonna be watching it and give you all of the thoughts in my head, I guess. Give you a little look around. Very hyped. Anyways, I'm sorry, I am still sick. I have been sick for like the last 3 days. If my head's a bit messy or if I sound a little sore, it's because of that. So please don't mind that. Anyways, let's get started. Like, always the beginning of this one is so good to me. Like the bow and arrow shot. Also, I try to make the background match the theme of this album again, like I always do. But like the freaking, I always, whenever I hear this song and I'm like in the living room, I have to do like the movement. I don't know why.
Over here. Look at all this food. Look at all these sheep. I can't believe this cave has all this for us to keep. I've gotta hand it to you both.
You were like a...
This is quite the treat. There are enough.
Look at him looking at the sheep like, yes, kebab. It's gonna be good.
Sheep here to feed the entire fleet. It's almost too perfect, too good to be true. Why would the lotus eaters pass up on all this food?
I love that voice so much. Ooh. Look at him. His mouth. That's not how I envisioned him. Ew. He's still cute though. Oh, he's crawling around.
Hey there.
He reminds me of like the way that those actual deformed babies look. You know, you have like the babies with the one big eye in the middle that something went wrong in the womb. He actually reminds me of that. Him crawling around.
We're just travelers. We come in peace.
You killed my sheep.
Oh.
My fate favorite sheep.
The tears! That's so sad. Also, how unlucky are you that you specifically killed his favorite sheep? Why not the one that he hated the most? Like the one sheep he had beef with, the one sheep he didn't like. Why not shoot that one down? Why accidentally hit the favorite one? Oh.
What gives you the right to deal a pain so deep? Don't you know that pain you sow is pain you reap?
Look at him turn around like that. Like he reminds me of a little boy who just found like his favorite toy car or something just like broken, and then he's staring back at the people who did it like, why? Oh.
Time to drink your blood over where you stand. Your life now is in my hand. Before I'm done, you will learn that it's not so fun to take. You came to my home to
The little lotus eater that's still like on the side. Oh.
but now you become my meal. A trade you see.
Look at that mouth. I would not want to be inside.
Take from you like you took from me.
There's been a misunderstanding. We never came here to steal. But now that I see we've done some
They're also
damage,
stressed.
maybe you and I can make a
Which I mean, fair enough.
deal. I'll give you our finest treasure. So long as we live alive, you can keep the world's best tasting wine.
Wine?
Have a drink, one sip and you'll understand the power that's in your hands. A wine so fresh, you never wanna eat human flesh again. Then we shall be on our way. No bloodshed in here today. A trade.
I love that he's so much bigger and like literally holding him up is like looking at it. Like whenever I have my rats in my hand, I always pick them up, stare at them that same way. Like I have them like this. And it feels the same.
You see,
But like instead my rats are persuading me to actually share my my food with them. Like my chips or whatever. I am not threatening to kill them.
gift from you and a gift from me.
The fact that he's immediately pouring it into his mouth. Smart.
I'd like to thank you. Stranger, what's your name?
My name is nobody, nobody,
Buddy.
Nobody.
Have you all seen the nobody memes? Like they are so freaking funny to me. Like all of the things of like, oh, I don't even have an example right now. I don't know what I'm on about, but like the everyone doing this thing and then nobody. It's really funny to me. I don't know why.
For your gift,
I
want to reply.
I'm so glad
The little lotus eater.
eye to eye.
Yes, you shall.
The way he's standing to his friend like, yo, I got this. Don't worry. I also love the meme of like the fact that the moment he said, I'm so glad we see eye to eye. Like the Cyclops was up for it all that time until that moment. He was like, now you're just making fun of me. I think that's just hilarious.
The final
Oh, the fact he's comforting Polities.
die.
What? Watch out!
Jeez. I have a feeling it's not gonna end well with Polities. Like, this is what I was scared about. I have not had to see him die yet. Like, I am rewatching these, going from, like, the last album, like, the last saga, to the first one. I have not yet seen Polities actually die. So I'm very scared. That's... The power of this song though, like the way it sounds, the way it's... it's a great song. I have listened to this one like 72 times. Uh-oh.
My brothers, the rest of our fleet, they wait at the beach, and if we're defeated,
I love that they have a little moment, like, you know, soccer players have, where they just, like, discuss their strategy very fast and then get to it. Like, that's what that moment felt like.
their good is dead. Straight ahead, that is who we're fighting. No backup, no chance for support. So
Also the fact he has
sword.
hooves.
Our foe must be thwarted right here and now. Show me how great is your will to survive. 600 lives at stake. It's just one life to take. And when
The fact he was picturing the baby again, like it's just one life to take for the greater good. Wait.
it is your will to survive. 600 lives at stake.
Like he's imagining all of his men,
It's just
and then he's taken back to that one moment where he held the baby and he's considering the fact that it's just one life to take, or all of these men. That baby really fucked him up, didn't he? Understandably so, by the way. If I had to kill a child, I would not recover.
one life.
I could never, by the way. I couldn't even for the greater good, I think.
And when we kill him, then our journey's over. No dying on me now.
Also, the art style is once again just perfect. Like the way it's drawn, I love it.
Defeat is not allowed.
Look at Eurylochus being all smug in that corner over there. Ooh,
We must live through this day, so fight.
ooh, the drool.
Fight.
Poor Polites. Polites must have been so disappointed.
Surround him. Attack from behind. Keep distance in mind and stay in his blind spot and strike his heels. Strike the heels. Show him that we're deadly. Exhaust him. Don't let him get close. He's strong but he's slow. He can't land a blow if we're
I don't know why, but this kind of like reminds me of like the fight, little wolf, fight, wanna entertain me, but like the hitting sound of like, I don't know why, this part reminds me of that.
out of reach.
Fight the breach.
Stand up and fight for your lives.
The poor Lotus Eater, no! Oh,
Push forward.
this literally looks like an anime moment. Oh no! I am not ready for what's about to happen. I feel like... But like they were all so into it, they were all so confident, like we're gonna do this, we're gonna make this happen, you know, we're gonna kill him, we'll get through. I'm not ready for Polites to die. Like it's gonna be right in front of Odysseus.
Enough.
He's got a club. He's got a club! What are our orders? Captain! Captain!
Of course he throws up.
You've heard me enough. 600 lives I'll take. 600 lives I'll break. And when I kill you, then my fate is over. You're dying here and now. Escape is not allowed. You won't live through this day now. Die.
the way he just crushed them all like flies. Do you know how? I don't even know, but like I do this podcast with Kai, and we discuss like creepypastas, right? We also listen to a whole lot of those. There is like creepypastas where they describe people being crushed or like squished and stuff. I cannot handle those. Like I get so disturbed by them because imagine still like the fact he was able to still be like, Captain. Oh, like you can you're crushed. Like you can feel yourself dying. Like your organs are. It's so disturbing. And then Odysseus is just watching his men that he's responsible for, like getting crushed around them. That's horrifying. I get why he threw up. I would do the same. I would probably faint as well. Holy shit. Like the trauma after that. How do you even live that down, like ever? How is Eurylochus so cool-headed in this? I could never. Oh. Like I get that. I get the Cyclops because it's his only friend, and I get that he's protecting himself and everything. But like, it's so brutal. Also, like the immediate just crushing them. I have never really pictured that like this well before. It's dropping like flies, man. Ew. And also the fact that he was tired in the end and then dropped. I can't handle that. I can't handle things like this. I can handle them very badly. Also the glasses of Polites just dropping and flying off. If I ever had to see all of my friends die this way, I would not survive. I would not be able to go on. I would be wrecked forever. Gosh. Like I also kind of feel like the Cyclops reaction is just, it's so much anger and stuff, like such a rage. But I also get that if you would kill my best friend, I don't think I would have mercy either. It's just complex, you know. It's very complicated. Anyways, we are moving on to Remember Them. Yeah. I thought at first when I heard this song the first time, and you know, like I explained in some other videos, I have never really watched the animations. I have to picture stuff in my head, so I have a lot of things wrong in my head. When I figured out this was like the zoom in, like the zone in of the voice was more because Odysseus was standing up, like watching all of the dead bodies. I didn't know. I thought he was sleeping. Like knocked out or something. I had a very innocent picture of this in my head. I thought he was like knocked out by the guy, and that they all kind of were able to just like move forward because they were all just knocky. And then I didn't know he was standing above like Polites' body and the bodies of his other men. Like I didn't know. But this makes so much more sense.
Must move quickly. We don't have much time. He didn't notice I mixed Lotus in his wine.
Smart to then also like straight up pour it into the man's mouth.
Mark my words now. This is not the end.
But Captain, what do we do with our fallen friends?
Remember them when the fire begins to fade. For the fallen and afraid, we are not to let them die in vain. Remember them, we're the ones who carry on. The flames of those who are gone, and our comrades turn into a giant spear. Let's kill him. His body is blocking the path. If we kill him, we'll be stuck inside. Captain, where do we attack him? We gotta stab him in the eye. Yes, sir. Remember them when the fire begins to fade. For the fallen and afraid, we are not to let them die in vain. Remember them, we're the ones who carry on the flames of those who gone, and our comrades will not die in vain. No!
The fact he just like closes his eyes and just takes the headband. This makes me want to cry again. Why does this musical always want to make me cry? Ugh. Like the way he looked. You know, I always love the fact that we have rituals for our dead. Like we bury them and like treat their bodies with respect and stuff. I'm just going on like a little rant here about rats now. I'm sorry. I have to do something to get me to calm down again. We have rats, of course. We have between 3 or 5, usually at least 4, because that just functions better. Recently, and sometime before that, like a year ago and recently, we had to euthanize 2 of our rats. One because she had an infection and it spread to her brain and she became very aggressive because of it. She didn't want to be aggressive, but you know that like she couldn't control it. And the other one because they had a brain tumor and it was growing too much, and like, you know, that's just a lost cause at that point. Like, better euthanize them before it gets too bad and they can't eat anymore. I always have this whole process before I go to the vet, which is the 2 days before I decide, like not before I decide, but 2 days before the planned date is, I am starting to feed them everything they normally aren't really allowed to have, and like all these special things, because all the stuff they ever wanted to have, they get to have in those 2 days, like even though it's bad for them, because you know they're not gonna be here in 2 days, so why would it matter? So they get to have all of that. They get to be on me like 24/7. They literally also sleep in our bedroom at that point. Like, we're not sleeping, but they're sleeping because they're happy to be close to us at that point. And then we get them euthanized, and I'm always allowed to hold them when it happens, because my rats are very tame. Like, they are bonded to me, like, very well. At some point I want to post videos of like my rats and stuff, of like stuff they did this month, but they're very tame, they're very lovely. So I get to hold them. And with rats, very much alike humans, they have a whole ritual with death. So when you euthanize a rat, you have to, when you get home, you have to place them in the cage with the others, because the others have to say goodbye. They understand what it is, they have their own rituals, and you have to give them the body for at least an hour before you bury it, because they have to be able to, you know, greet their friend the last time. So I usually place their body in their little house, or like a little place where they can get comfortable, because what my rats like to do is make a last cuddle pile. And a cuddle pile is something rats do with their like all together. They just sleep together, you know, like layered on top of each other. And the first thing they start doing is actually cleaning the body, licking it all over, making sure that everything is proper and like stuff. But what they also do, which just this triggered that in my brain, they actually close the eyes of the rat. Like, when you euthanize them, their eyes are not closed. But the ones you do place them in the cage, they actually close them. Like, my rats actually close them, make sure that they're actually laying comfortably. And then they form a last cuddle pile for like an hour. And they actually make sure they say their goodbyes that way. before we bury them, and I always bury them with like, they get candy, they get pudding, they get everything buried with them, like a letter of me saying goodbye and everything. But like all of those rituals, that reminded me of this. I don't know why. It's very recent. Like I had to euthanize her last week, so the closing of the eyes just got to me there, because I don't know, little red fact. It's probably not gonna cheer you up. I just hope you're like, oh, that was very interesting, and learn a bit about rats, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this.
And our comrades will not die in vain. No!
That's more how I imagined the Cyclops.
Scatter!
That must hurt like a bee.
Hurts you,
There are more of them?
hurts you,
Hide.
hurts you.
Is it? No, it's not just Odysseus and Eurylochus anymore, right?
We should run. Wait.
Hurts you.
Captain, please. Wait.
Was nobody, nobody.
Oh, him looking up with that eye. I can't. Also, him just like, he kind of reminds me of a child. Like the way he's like actually believing that his name was in fact nobody. The way he's raging about his favorite. He's very, well, in a way childish to my. I don't know if this is a common interpretation. I don't know. But also I hate the fact that the Cyclops just leave him after this. They're like, oh, nobody hurt you, then be silent. Obviously, your friend is still very much hurt. Well, I don't think he's their friend. I think he's looked down upon a lot by the other Cyclops. He's like the outcast. But still, obviously he's still hurt. Can't you still like help him? Like, why?
If nobody hurts you, be silent. Don't go.
Now he's alone and blind. Like, why would you leave? I wouldn't even leave my worst enemy like that. Like, I wouldn't just walk off. I couldn't.
Let's grab the sheep and away we go.
Why still take the sheep though? Wait, did they only... Okay, this is... I need to know this. Did they only take the sheep they killed as meat? Or did they take all of the other sheep as well? Like, did they leave him without any friends? Also, still taking the sheep kind of feels... Yeah, they need to eat. I get that. But also it feels kind of mean because I would want to be able to bury my favorite pet. Like, especially if he was my favorite. I would have wanted them to just, like, shoot down another... Take that one, I guess. You'd want to bury your favorite pet.
Have you forgotten the lessons I taught you?
Athena!
He's still a threat until he's dead. Finish it.
No.
No?
No? What good would killing do? When mercy is a skill
More of this world could learn to use.
My friend is dead, our foe is blind. The blood we shed, it never dries. Is this what it means to be a warrior of the mind? Don't! Hey, Cyclops! When we met, I led with peace, while you fed your inner beast. But my comrades will not die in vain. Remember them. The next time that you dare, choose not to spare. Remember them. Remember us. Remember me. I'm the reigning king of Ithaca. I am neither man nor mythical. I am your darkest moment. I am the infamous
Odysseus! The way he's smiling. Like, I get that he's trying to prove a point here. Like, the world isn't all bad and stuff. I completely get that. But also, it feels kind of like giving your complete social information, like your social security number and everything, just out to a random person. Because specifying that you're the king of Ithaca, your name is Odysseus, like you're fully giving your whole identity to the guy that you just took the eye out of and took his favorite friend. Also the fact that Poseidon like catches him back later with like, I am your darkest moment. The fact that that's just brought back. That's great. Very good writing. But jeez, man. Yeah. No, I wonder if actually killing the Cyclops would have been more merciful, because now he's without his friend or friends. I'm still not sure if they actually took all the sheep or just one. But now he literally can't see for the rest of his life, and he's not gonna be helped by the other Cyclops. I mean, we've seen that. And the Cyclops crosses me as very childish, like the way he acts, like the immediate rage, the stomping around, the tumbling around, the slapping around, the crushing them like as if they're ants, and like a toddler is just like, you know? The way he believes that he's called nobody, like pleading on his knees. He crosses me as very much like a child. I don't know if that was intentional, but like also the running to his dad, Poseidon. Yeah. I mean, if Odysseus never spared the Cyclops, Poseidon would have never known that it would have been him, I think, that killed his son. So complicated, man. So complicated. I would love to hear all of your opinions on it, but like it's very, very complicated. Yeah, we have beef with Athena. She's so beautiful with like the owl. Oh. Also the owl's on her chest.
Hey. Put your emotions aside. Your work mentally duress. I don't know where I went wrong, but
did she just shapeshift into like the other warriors?
and you failed the test.
So now you're gone.
This way, you'll know what your place is.
Jeez.
You can't cross the line this.
Is that the apple of like, is that a reference to like the Trojan War? Like how that was caused by like the golden apple being thrown into like for the most beautiful god or goddess.
When all is over, you'll keep yours and I'll keep mine. This way, you won't disappoint me. This way, you won't waste my time. This way,
I like her changing into an owl.
I'll close the door. Consider this is my goodbye. That's just like you. Why should I be surprised? Selfish and prideful.
He just freaking slid her wing down to get her back down to like talk to him. That's not gonna go well. That's not gonna. I would be if. Oh, that's pissing off another god. Okay.
In vain, unlike you, every time someone dies, I'm left to deal with the strain. What's a title that he got his land? If all never
Also, he managed to piss with like, remember them? He managed to piss off two gods in one song. Like Athena because he didn't listen to her, and Poseidon because, I mean, he didn't listen to Athena, no I'm kidding. But because he stabbed his son in the eye.
sleep at night, I'll remind you, I saw you as a friend. But now we're done.
Odie, I have news for you. Now you're not with Athena anymore, and you're also never sleeping again at night. Because you are so traumatized. My poor man. Like in the future with like the Underworld Saga and stuff, he is never gonna sleep again at night.
This way, you're out of my head now. This way, you won't plague my life. This way, when all is done, you're
Out of sight and out of mind.
this way. You get what you wanted. This way, you can save your time. This way, you close the door and have your damn goodbye.
You're not looking for a mentor. I'm not looking for a friend. I mistook you for a general. What a waste.
I love the imaging of like the actual breaking of everything. Like they're completely cutting off any loose ends here.
Of effort spent.
At least I know what I'm fighting for while you're fighting to be known. Since you claim you're so much wiser, why's your life spent all alone? You're alone!
That's also not smart. She's... And then to think at the end of like the Wisdom Saga, she still sees him as a friend. In a way. And she admits that she saw him as a friend. The stab to like almost the head, that's so extreme. I also have to imagine that Athena was actually letting him do this, because if Poseidon was like... Poseidon was huge and was brutal to him. Like, I don't know if you've seen that video, but like the way he was just spinning him around and like throwing him everywhere and just so brutal. And then Athena is literally beneath him, like laying beneath him right now, and he stabbed her. He got close to stabbing her. I just feel like she's kind of weirdly allowing that. I don't know why, but like she wanted to see if he'd actually do it. That's a horrific way to like... I would be so angry if I was Athena. Look at her face. Oh.
One day you'll hear what I'm saying. One
And now he's just walking off, just letting her lay there like this.
understand one day, but not today. For after all, you're
Just
this day you sever your own head. This day you cut
You sever your own head, and he just almost chopped off hers.
the line.
Take him the little lotus man with him.
This day you lost it all.
Poor man.
Consider this is my goodbye. Consider this is my
I love the emotional, like the showing him all that he's just thrown away just now, like all of the memories. As if this man had not gone through enough damage yet. I also do get why Odysseus went this far right now, because he's literally just now seen so many of his friends just brutally slaughtered. Of course he's not gonna react well to his goddess / mentor just telling him this is the end. I get the aggressive reaction, like he is in peak survival mode right now, but like she's... Oh...
goodbye. This is my goodbye.
She's so mad. Oh, the distraught face with like the cut hair.
Consider this is my goodbye.
She looks almost as if she still just like wants him to turn around. Like as if she's sorta like hoping he's just gonna wanna continue this conversation. But he's just straight up walking off. He is done. Which I also understand. Because like I said, he had just probably had the worst day of his life. He has encountered one Cyclops and he has just slain so many of his friends and so many of his crew in the most brutal way right in front of him. I get that you'd want to be mad and that you just, if your friend doesn't understand that you're just walking off.
This is my goodbye.
He's just literally like la 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 la. Like he's not listening to her at all. And then watching her fly away, knowing it's too late. Like you've messed up that bad, it's done. Leaving one last feather covered in blood. Man oh man. This saga is rough. Like, this is one of the most... Do we have a one saga where everything just works out for Odysseus for once? Yeah, I believe like this Circe saga is one that comes close to that, or like the first saga he has to kill the child, of course. That's horrible, that's traumatic, that's awful. Then in the second saga he encounters the Cyclops. This happens, that's horrific and traumatic and whatever. Then you have the Circe saga. Well, no, the Ocean saga. Horrific, very much traumatic, all of that. Then he finally gets to Circe. One time something goes his way in this musical. I do not think so in the actual Odyssey, but like in the musical she actually listens to him and helps him out. Then we have freaking the underworld, which he gets a prophecy that he does not properly understand, and then, you know, turns into the monster because all of the trauma, all of the feelings he pushed away, all of the memories, all of the experiences he literally pushed down. Of course, and then Thunderbringer has to end his whole crew, gets betrayed, Scylla. And then we have the Wisdom Saga. Calypso. Can Odie get some slack? Please. Give this man one break. I need to see one saga that actually goes well for him. Like, after all of these sagas are done, I just need like a happy ending of the rest of his life just in one saga being happy. I doubt that's the case, but I need that. Jeez. Anyways, I am gonna react to the first saga as well after this one. I am not ready for that. Not ready for any of this, actually. If you enjoyed spending these 40 minutes with me, thank you so much. I really appreciate you choosing to spend your time with me here. Please follow me on all my platforms, like and subscribe. I'm still very new at all of this. I am sorry. My mind stopped working. Please take care of yourself, love yourself, everything. And I will see you in the first saga, which is the next video. Or if you're interested in any of my gameplay videos or any of my podcasts, please check them out. And check out my Twitch. So whenever there's a new saga, I will react to it live, so you can actually come chat with me. And if you have any suggestions about anything I need to watch and react to, please let me know in the comments, and I will get to it. Thank you all so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!